financial responsibility of a married man definitely is high because when you start procreating, it means you're having more children to deal with.
Yes. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Family Bond, the show where we talk about the complexity, the beauty, and the reality of Nigerian family. I am your host, Emilia. Today, we are diving into a very controversial question. Who faces pressure more in the society, the single woman or the married man? For some, the married men say they face more pressure because, when they get married and a woman sees a ring on their finger, they approach them. It's easy for the women to approach them. Well, I have a husband, a father, who will be helping us to share his own perspective on this topic. So please do not go anywhere as I introduce my guests to you guys. You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon,
Good
good
afternoon,
day, good
sir.
evening.
Please introduce yourself and tell our audience what you do for a living.
All right, my name is Odidi Oluwaseun Folorunse. I'm the CEO DNT Automobile Limited. All right, I'm a father. And beyond being a father, I'm married also. And not just married, I have kids also. Now, when you talk about societal pressure, it falls in different aspects. So let's pick it up from what is societal pressure. Pressure comes in different viewpoints. It depends on the direction it faces to you. Now, let's look at the part of the woman's side.
Okay.
Now, as a woman, a young lady, let's say, have every reason to be married or have every reason to have a good relationship. But the unfortunate part of it is sometimes the good meets the bad and the bad meets the good.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you for being here, for agreeing to come. At least before you go, I know one vehicle will be is outside waiting for me.
Yeah, very, it's possible.
All right. So I want to ask you, who faces more pressure in the society? Is it the single woman or the married man?
Well, truthfully, the coin falls on the viewers of the coin. It could fall to me on the positive side, on your own side is the negative, while
Negative,
my
okay.
own could be negative, while yours is
Positive.
positive. So let's look at it in different viewpoints.
Okay.
For the women's side, pressure comes in the aspect of you need to go study more, more, and because of that, you're made to see that marriage is not a necessity or marriage is not important at that point in time. And at the point you're done with all this request by wherever the pressure is coming from, parental, societal, and all of that, you find out that you're no more interested in that journey
That journey,
called
yeah.
marriage.
Marriage.
And for some, marriage comes true to them. But in between the marriage, you get pressure of she's not educated, she needs to study, she needs to fix this, she needs to fix that. And at the long run, she's losing the marriage because the societal has placed a pressure on her to have a specific direction or thought line. Now, another pressure is probably women do also still have financial pressure.
Yeah.
They say they don't want to stay at home. I do. They say they need to be handy enough doing something. Society also tells you if you go to any man's house, they'll turn you to a bag of this, a bag of that. They had already programmed something in your subconscious that makes you run for no reason. So once you're on head or you're made to see that you're now a full grown adult,
Adult.
you find out that you're running a race that you yourself at times cannot actually figure it out to tell who is
Who is
sending you
sending?
this journey
Yeah.
or the other way. Now for the men's side, we could say ours is a little bit less, but I tell you, as short or simple as it looks, there's a huge pressure on his own. How do I mean? Now, a man will come up with an idea of I want to settle down. Question goes how would you feel? Question goes how will you even take care
Take
of
care of
yourself?
yourself. Yeah.
Another question was like, okay, sustaining the family is one. Sustaining the children when you guys start making kids. sustaining you yourself, and again, do you have a good job?
Mm. Do you even
Which
have a house?
family do
Which
you
house will
come
you?
from?
Yes.
What kind of tribe comes in?
Mm.
Different pressure. Now, a young man could want to settle down for any form of tribe, and the next thing you're hearing is, which tribe is
Mm.
your wife?
From that's from the family now.
Whichever family it is.
Mm.
The point is, they're already asking you questions you are not even thinking of.
Prepared to answer, to give answer to.
So, why will you start dealing with tribe when you're still trying to just make a choice?
Mm.
When would you start dealing with finances when you're dealing with love? When would you start trying to think of you yourself being a man
Mm.
or being man enough to maneuver situation, and all those societal principles are already mounting the
Mountain
way for you?
the
So it creates a barrier and it creates sort of disability in the journey of being a
yeah, a
man or
man
being a
and a
woman.
woman. Okay. Society often tells single women that their worth is tied to marriage. Why the men their worth is tied to money and success. So, from your experience as a father, as a
Hmm.
husband, which pressure do you think cut deeper?
Money is power, but money without a home sometimes might not be as what you think it says. Just the same way the woman having a husband,
Hmm.
which is the crown of our head. Now, I know this topic could create too many biased thoughts or line of clarification in different angles because of the single mothers or those that don't actually believe that
Hmm.
they have to be married. But in order to just be a little bit um, hack being diploma or playing diplomacy in all of it, is to say, for a woman, settling down is a good thing.
Yeah.
Having a husband is a good thing. It's a
Having a
joyful
good
thing.
husband, actually.
Yes, it's a joyful thing because in it you have your peace.
Peace. Mm.
In it you have your security. In it you have, in the little you have, it looks like an abundance
Okay.
because it means you have a partner to share your worries with.
Mm.
You have a partner to share your resources with. You have a partner to cry on because you can't be Superman all the time.
Yes. Yes.
She too can be Superwoman all
All
the
the
time.
time.
So
Exactly.
everybody needs each other to make it up.
Mm.
But in cases where you have abusers, is where we have all those moral thoughts changing, whereby you start seeing write-ups that says if he abuse you too much, break up.
Mm.
If we do this too much, divorce is the best option. But what led to all of this? What led to all this abuse is because the foundation is faulty. Because if we all have a good reasoning or good counsel from the beginning,
Mm.
we would all see this traces or see all this unwritten of abuse or not abuse or loving or not loving or all of this before moving the journey.
Moving.
We
Yeah.
know some act to play along before they get in.
Mm.
It's when you get in, you're now unfolding the package and start seeing. But if we look at the foundation of our forefathers, they grew with the little they
They
have.
have.
You can relate the old time mothers and now. The mothers now don't have that patience.
Mm.
My late grandpa, my late grandma, because I grew up with them, you find love whereby mothers are always in the house then. Fathers are the ones
But
going out.
you won't blame the mothers now, because I mean the economy is not smiling on anybody.
What made the economy not smart?
Because
Me and
one
you,
income can sustain
no,
a family of three, four.
me and you messed it up.
In what
How to,
way?
yes. Now, before now, our mothers don't work. Our mothers in the house.
Because then those days things were easier.
What made
School
it
fees were not as
now?
expensive as it
Now
is
things
now.
are meant to be easy for us because now we have technology. Now we have more knowledge. Now we have mechanism to do things faster
Okay.
than the way our mothers go to farm and live for many months before they get processed.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So are you
everybody,
saying things are easier now than then?
things might not be easy now, but the point is, I and you makes it difficult.
In what way?
For example, now, I and you is having a discussion. You're meant to lay low a bit, but now you're already raising your voice at me, and I'm already feeling like I need to explain myself.
I'm
I
sorry
need to
about
explain
I'm sorry
myself to
about
you.
that.
And before you
It's
know
not about
now,
me right
we'll
now. It's
start
about my
leading.
audience.
Before you know now, we'll start turning into conflict. Before you know, you tell me now it's 50-50.
No.
Before you know, we've changed the topic.
But then again, if you want to talk about 50-50, it was the men that came up with the
Because you
50-50.
want this you want this so much accolade, or you want this self belonging. Now when we
You're
say,
talking about equality.
well, the point,
Equality doesn't mean a woman has to bring 50-50. Equality, see, when it comes to equality, it was mostly about place of work, where women should be treated equally the way men are treated. Because, I mean, in some offices, men are given higher
more
respect,
preference
yes,
than,
than women.
okay,
That's where equality comes. But this generation,
they've abused
yes,
it,
they've
right?
abused
That's
it,
the
and
point.
then
Foundation.
they've turned it to be gender war amongst men and women, and then they now come up with the 50-50.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay, please
Now
go ahead.
when let's do a stage play. You're
Okay.
my girlfriend or you're my wife. Now, um what's the when I say you are my neck, right? I'm the head,
Mm-hmm.
right? What do you understand by that?
Being your neck is to support you,
Right?
like
But
be your help.
for some women, they say we are the same, right? You've never heard that? They say we are the
We are a
same. Yeah,
team.
we are.
No, hold on, we are a team. Your neck supports your head, right?
Hmm.
So we are a team. We should do things together.
Why can't you just choose to hold up to that submission of my
Yeah,
head?
submitting,
Let me
submission.
function based
See,
on how you want me to twerk the neck. You see, you're
okay,
fighting
so if
already.
you're
You're
hold
building the energy. That's
hold
the
on, sir.
energy
Hold on, sir.
our
If you're
forefathers
saying
don't
you're
have
using
them.
the neck to say, what if you want to turn your neck? So are you saying if a woman is being treated badly simply because she's a neck, that means
Why
she should
must she
keep
be
turning?
treated badly? That's the wrong that has been
Because of the neck,
established.
because of the head that is carrying her. What if the head that is carrying her is not a good head?
Wait, the wrong that is being established is what is making this real propaganda and theories keep coming out to justify every act of either a woman or a man. Sincerely, I quite understand the fact that, the woman needs to be respected, or the woman needs to be loved,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes,
The truth is, we're not equal.
true.
And we know this inequality in some of those men leads to why women are standing their grounds to want to explain and do things all the way around.
Mm.
But I want to stand on the note that we can go back to the first love. The first love that we grew up with is a genuine love. The first love that some men, some women experience is a pure love. A pure love that has no reason attached. A pure love that has no sentiment in it. That's the love our forefathers laid down for us.
Not all forefathers, because I mean those days women were also going through. It's just that technology now makes it to be in the open. Women were also suffering. They were suffering and smiling.
Hmm.
Those days women were suffering and smiling. Our mothers went through hell, but they were smiling because they were people were not there. There were no platforms or people
To
to listen
express
to
their
express their
anger.
anger, to talk about things that they go through. And still, even in this time, there are still women in that category that are
True.
still suffering
True, I
and
agree. And
smiling.
I believe the essence we're having this discussion is to be able to open the eyes of both the man and the woman to ensure that there's no pressure anywhere and still make a right decision. I believe
Yes.
that's the
I,
essence
I,
of.
I want to ask you, let's talk about financial burden versus social stigma. Would you say the financial burden on married men is heavier than the social stigma single women face? Which one is more draining in the long run?
Financial responsibility of a married man definitely is high, because when you start procreating, it means you're having more children to deal with,
Yes.
and you need to keep them updated, like
Mm.
keep everybody in good check. Now, for the single woman or for the other part, it's still going to be huge. You can't put one high or less.
Mm.
Why is she going to be going through that stress alone? is because the head of the house is not there. The man is not there. So
Mm.
now she's playing the role of a husband and the role of a wife. It's a pressure on its own. You can't
Yes.
be man and woman.
Mm.
You can act it, but sincerely, you
You can
cannot be
be.
man. Either based on command words, men are made men.
Mm.
Irrespective of their weakness, men are men. So in their small words, still carries power.
Power, yes.
A woman can shout from heaven to earth, does not make her a man. There's a different clarity on it. So, but the truth is that if they find themselves in such situation, it's prayer number one. The other part of it is grace to
Mm.
sustain
To
through the pain.
sustain, yeah.
It's not a reason to measure that, yes, it should be stronger or one should be lesser. But she needs prayer and she needs grace to go through it.
Okay, let's talk about culture. Culture play a big role in this expectation. Do you think our cultural traditions put more pressure on women to marry or on men to perform as husbands and provider?
Well, some culture put pressures on individual, both the man and the
And they
wife.
will, yeah.
Oh, the man has to grow to a certain age. The
Mm.
man has to make enough resources before he's able to decide to make a money. He must take care of social bills and relative
Yeah.
before this. Or the wife has to be able to grow to a certain age and ensure that siblings. So there are lots of cultural diversification creating more problems.
Mm.
But we can only suggest based on this globalization, development, technology, and all that, and the books that are exposed to us to read and learn more on managing homes and how best to manage a
Manage
family,
the family, yeah.
we can expose everyone to reading. Beyond reading is to see that some of those cultures can change,
Mm.
can be modified. Before now, they might say trousers are not really permitted and all that, but
Yes.
now you see everybody of
Where,
actually trousers.
yes.
Now, some trousers look more fit on some ladies, while some you'll be wondering who forced them inside the trouser. Do you
Okay.
understand? But it does not abolish the fact that you cannot wear trousers.
Mm-hmm.
But we're only saying wear the one that looks smart on you.
Mm.
Over time, subconsciously, you know that if I need to do this, I need to wear the
The
one smart.
one that
So
looks
for
smart.
those culture, it can be reviewed backward.
Mm.
Tradition, family, you that are more exposed to knowledge now should be able to educate your children, unborn
Mm.
children or the one you get to, better
Yes.
from what you experience.
Experience.
That way, they too will learn from you
Mm.
and
And
get
then,
better. So where you have defects now is the children that did not learn anything
mm.
from their parents. So they transferred whatever that was carried to them or seen to them, added to what the society tells them about,
Mm.
and make up something. It's just like crossbreed. You can actually use an American dog on a local dog,
Yes.
and you have Nigerian or
And
you have local and
American
American
American dog
together.
together.
Sometimes their birth looks funny.
Mm.
Dog that usually has a long hair suddenly has a short hair, or the ones that has a short
Mm.
height. So it is for us to keep modifying our culture. Now, if it's for us, we talk about CRK, which is the religion part of IRK, where there's knowledge there, religious part, right? We look at beyond what they learn in the four walls of school. All schools, all tertiary institutions, and all that can bring this to be.
Mm.
We did few cultural social study or something cultural study whereby we dramatized this then in few years back. We
Influence.
did cultural, we dramatized how a home should
It
be,
should
how
be
family
how
should
family
be.
should be,
We
yes.
carry baby, we did the Jesus bed
Mm.
and we did the all of that, and those are ways we learn to do things right,
Yeah.
added to what our parents will now do in the house.
Mm.
It makes up something together. So learning is key, which is how best does our social media world control what our children watch?
Watch.
How best does our social media preaches this love, or is it the
Mm.
8 films
Mm.
we keep producing? How one man shoots one woman, how one woman was flogged, how one man is just giving birth because of societal problem. No, the learning starts from here where we
Mm.
sit. How do I treat you having to have me? How do I manage those behind the camera?
Yeah.
Like that, it goes on further to see
Okay,
how
sir,
we
I
can.
want to ask you a question. Before you got married, Were there pressure from your family that, oh, it's time, you need to get married? And then when you eventually choose to get married, were there questions about have where will your wife be staying? How much are you making that you are thinking of?
Mm.
Because I mean, there are some family members that will ask you these questions, and then there are those that will genuinely be happy for you that you are taking that bold steps.
Well, can I bust your bubble? They
Please
weren't
do.
ready. I was the only one ready. Now, I just got a job, or I was on a job, right?
Mm,
And I earned less than 25,000,
wow.
right? And that should be way back 2014.
Mm,
And I just sold a property, and our commission is 1% on that property. And probably I think I made maybe 500,000. And I had two options in my head. One is to rent a good apartment in places like Guarimpa or somewhere. Then I can buy a Honda Baby Boy, which is Honda is like 300. I rent a house of like 200. That's like 500. And I'll start, enjoying the old town. Societal pressure says I should look good because I'm a
mm,
realtor, right? I sell property. It says I should really look good, that
yes.
I'll meet big, big,
Big
big
people.
people, and they'll now have big money, and I'll now think well.
You might not even when you have the money, if you are not
No,
ready,
that
you are
was the
not.
societal thinking on me now. I'll now look well. Then I'll now call home because my parents are in Lagos. I'll now call home. I'll be sending money from Abuja money or something. But the irony happened. I got the money and I just said, I had a girlfriend. She wasn't married to me then at Uni Abuja. And I said, oh, are you ready? I know you're in school.
Mm.
Okay. And you'll be finishing next year, Abby. Do you think married? The person looks a bit confused, right? Like, am I serious? Because I have lots of friends,
Mm.
right? And I'm a realtor and all of that. So it raised a question. And decision was made just in a short while. Based on me, and everybody is still looking like I'm just trying to use that, that could be a format of societal
Mm.
pressure just to put things together. And I said, we're traveling tomorrow, or we're traveling so time. We got there. I told them in the house. They still felt like, what's pressuring you? Is it
Mm.
that there's a baby involved? Is it that society is already thinking for me that it's like you've already
Mm. You
gotten
got
the
that
very
pregnancy,
pregnant, so
yeah.
you're trying to fast track this,
Mm.
and that's another societal problem. When some young man choose to take some steps, the next question that comes to you, are you loading the person?
Are
So,
you sure? How long? How well do you know her?
do you understand? So now, I'd say don't worry about all of that. Financial wise, settled. All I just want is a day before my birthday and all of that, which is like 4 months. Call the relative, tell them if they are not in, all well and good and all that. And decision was made.
Hmm.
Just in a jiffy. And everybody banks on he wants it. Now look at it. What if I didn't make that profit? I'll be banking on what families will be able to put together
Mm.
to support my dream
Your
or my
dream.
desire to take that step. So you see why a man has to have financial strength in making decision,
Mm.
because you will not
You will
put
not depend on family,
on
yes.
family, and you will not put pressure on the woman to
Mm.
to be a liability on you, but
Mm.
rather to be a provider.
Okay. Okay. Our time is running out.
Okay.
But before I let you go, I need you to answer two questions for me. Now, let's talk about, we are in the social media age where everything is out there. People are doing a lot of things to impress people. What do you think? Is social media doing more good or harm when it comes to this topic that we're talking about?
Well, beyond the topic, dissemination of information comes faster through social media. So it
Yeah.
means that we should sensitize that social world
Mm,
to disseminate proper information that would enable us grow. So it's a good idea, but let us ensure that it is being sensitized appropriately so that the generation to come
mm,
will be able to benefit from it
benefit from it.
appropriately rather than the defect
Mm.
we are
All right,
maximizing.
sir. Thank you so much. If you could change one major societal expectation, either for men or women, what would it be and why?
Make nobody pressure
At
anybody.
all.
Day or
Day
day.
or day.
Make nobody pressure anybody.
Mm,
If you can understand that part, I'm sure that's a starting point.
Yeah.
Whatever you have as a young man, take that bold step. It might not look it. It might not look it. This is 10 years.
Wow.
So it might not look it, but take that bold step.
Wow.
Make nobody pressure you. Somebody sang guitar. Who sing now? Don't worry about it.
All right, so thank you so much. It was such a pleasant time with you here on Itele Media. It's really good. Thank you for sharing your perspective and also sharing your experience as well on this topic. Who faces more pressure in the society, the men or the married men or the single women? Now we want to hear from you, our family bond audience. What do you think? Who faces more pressure in the society, the single woman or the married man? Do they face more pressure about being successful and being a provider? And for the single ladies, do you think you face more pressure about being reminded of, marriage and all that? Please drop your comment in the comment section and we'll be glad to read from you. And if you want to be a part of this show, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and you might just be a lucky guest on our show. This is Family Bond and I'm your host, Emilia. I will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.